Coach, for my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Washington Redskins. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game?
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Set, ready. 10 Tucson.
3 balls.
Pilot 64, weak.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. You can't hit. He's not going to get me. 43 is the mark. Wall. You're out. Get wall. Got it.
From the gun, Love. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Christian Kirk, 59 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now the Redskins are going to go for 2 here. And down to a knee. That's one way to call a play.
If we had $1 for every time we heard a team talk about explosive plays and how valuable they are, we probably wouldn't have to work very much. And we just saw a big one there. And then they tried to go explosive again, going for 2.
Yeah, is that a little too risky, you think? Just kick the extra point?
And you know, I'm all about getting points. And if I feel good about my kicker, I go ahead and do that. But with that ball at the 2-yard line, going for 2, I think it's awfully tempting for teams nowadays.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You need that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
From the 22, Murray. He's going to launch. He's got a man. Complete. 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. DK Metcalf, 78 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plant. Double tight, guys. Double tight.
Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down. Watch 10, watch 10. Come on, watch 10.
And down to a knee. That's one option. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Double tight. Everyone's got 4 down.
And surprisingly, they take a knee. And no idea why they would take a knee, but they take a knee. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Returnable here for Davis. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot.
And he's into the clear. And he'll go out of bounds, making it all the way down to the 5. It's a big play there for the Saints. 54 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And now they'll take a knee here. And my partner now is speechless, and so am I. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. And a curious play call here, to say the least. Thought it might be a trick, but no, he actually goes down to a knee. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. And down to a knee. That's one way to call a play. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. 10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports. And they will take a knee here. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Davis now to return it. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
On the right.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Ready? 91. Get it.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Here comes the Saints punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. At their own 32-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee. Here's Cameron Johnston now. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Set 18 Gator. Target.
And they will take a knee here.
McSorley on the keeper. A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the punt team is out there. It's not 4th down. Maybe the cold weather here freezing their brain a bit. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And the punt team is out there. It's not 4th down. Maybe the cold weather here freezing their brain a bit. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be... Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit. And
he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
3rd and 6.
53. Check 53. Too little.
On third down, Love. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch the run. Nice 7. Let's go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Yep. Be dreaming. Mike 5-4. Mike. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Love.
I'm going back to you.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
It leads to second and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Throwing again. Love. And an alley to run. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This will be taken short.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And the punt team is out there. It's not fourth down. Maybe the cold weather here freezing their brain a bit. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Freeman again. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Yes!
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Love. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo. Jump, jump, jump. Back, back, back.
Again, McCaffrey. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Christian McCaffrey taking it in. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
66. Bullet high. We got 3. Charlie. Go, go. Go.
From the gun, Love. Flushed out right. He'll run it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
You better breathe. I'm letting you know right now, you better go. Check 9, check 9. Grace don't travel. Grace don't travel.
Operating from the gun. Love going up top. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been terrific so far. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And this is good for a 1st down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Mike, 58, right there.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that.
58, boys, 58. 58 to Mike.
Lawyer John.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike.
Wow.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Dancing to his left. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check 43.
Well, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Check pass. Check pass. And we're going 37 to Mike. Mike 37. Let's go, D. And we're going 37 to Mike. Mike 37. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
From the gun on third down, Murray. This one caught by Davis. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a two-score game. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The escapability in evidence there, as that one good for 15 in the first.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Safe. Chopper. 53 to Mike. 53. Sit. I got you. Check. Why? Check. Lucky.
Throwing on first down. Love. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Let's go now. 60, orange. Pick it up, defense. Let's go. 53 to Mike. Exit. 53 to Mike. Lock it. Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Watch safety creep. Creeping. Safety's creeping.
To throw on second down. Love. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
On 3rd and 2, Love. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Right there. 54 Mike. Come on, D. 54 is Mike. Check.
On first down, Love. Incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Delta. Yep. Go. Zoom, fellas, let's go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. And it all rides on this one play, a trip to the Super Bowl in the balance here on 4th down.
Orbit. Go. You. It comes to me, it's me. Ready.
On 4th down, Love. That's to his running back, complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Fighting through, and he's got And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Redskins scoop it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome. And there have been 2 ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather. Just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions somewhere, and try and get ready. What do you think?
Well, whatever the preparation there, the snow causing the fumble. Following the fumble recovery, Love. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
SOS.
Yep.
They'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
It's now 3rd down and 1.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Yes! Bang, 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 bang. Check. 53 plus. And go.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down.
Go, go. Switch, switch.
Mike, 53.
Ready, go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.